Hello students, 7th grade, how are you today? Today we are going to complete the structure of the future tense by answering the questions in your student's book and workbook. Then we are going to start with another future tense. This is present continuous. So let's start. The outcomes of our lesson today: students should be able to revise the future tenses, answer the questions in student's book page 32 and workbook page 25, then recognize the present continuous for future. So let's start with your student's book page 32. In this page we have lots of questions. We want to talk about question number 3 and 5. What's important from these two questions is how to use will and going to in a correct way. Okay, so number 3, talk about it. What do you think? Give reasons for your answers. You can answer these questions from your own ideas. Okay, I show you some answers, but you can change them. Number 1, will the journey to the coast be tiring? Why or why not? You can say, I think, yes, the journey will be tiring. Yes, because we will do lots of activities. What about question 2? How long will the journey take? Yes, the journey, or I think the journey will take 7 hours, or you can say what you want. Look at number 4. What other creatures will they see? You can say or start your answer by I don't think. Yes, like this. I don't think we'll see other creatures in the journey. You can complete these questions in the same way. Let's move to question 5. Talk about your own plans. Now you are going to talk about your plans. So if you want to talk about the plans, you have to use going to. Okay, be going to is going to, then infinitive verb. Let's answer question number 1. What are you going to do after school today? Yes, you can say, I am going to go swimming. I am going to visit my parents or anything else. Number 2, what are you going to do tomorrow? Yes, this is the same answer. Number 3, what are you going to do next summer? Yes, I'm going to go to Aqaba next summer, or so on. So recognize the form of will and going to in these two questions. Now let's move to your workbook page 25 and let's start answering these questions from this page. Question number 1, complete the sentences with will and a verb from the books. So in this question we want to use will with infinitive verb. We want to use these verbs: hunt, threaten, become, survive, live, and melt. Look at number 1. This is a question, so we have to start by using excellent. Well, polar bears, what if their habitat disappears? Yes, survive. Excellent. Number 2, the birds in safety in Russia's new Arctic park. The birds will live. Excellent. Number 3, people, not animals in the Arctic park. People will not, yes, hunt animals. Number 4, experts believe that next year the snow, what do you think? Excellent, will melt earlier. Number 5, sea otters will become extinct if they are not protected. And the last one, an oil spill in this area, the sea otter's habitat. Yes, will threaten. Excellent. Number 2, complete the sentences with the correct form of going to and the verb from the box. Remember the form of going to. This is be, is, are, am, going to then infinitive verb. We want to use these verbs: do, drive, find, observe, spend, and learn. Let's start with number 1. A team of experts. We are talking about a team of experts is or are going to. Excellent is going to what? Yes, to observe the behavior of otters. Number 2. They what a month at Cape Eremo. They are going to spend. Number 3. They what to the coast in 2 4x4. They are going to drive, yes, to the coast. Number 4. We about animals in danger. We are going to, yes, learn. Number 5. This is I. With the pronoun I we use, yes, I'm going to do a project on polar bears. And the last one, my friend, photos on the internet. My friend is singular, so we use is going to find. What about question number 3? Write questions for the answers. Here we have answers. We want to make questions for these answers. Let's start with number 1. What? We start by what? So, what? And the answer is they are going to film the wildlife in the area. So we are talking about, or we ask about, wildlife in the area because the question starts by what? Excellent. So the question is what? Yes, are they going to film? So they are going to film the wildlife in the area. Number 2, how? What? And the answer is they'll travel in 2 old 4x4s. So they will travel. The answer is yes, in 2 old 4x4s. The question, how will they travel? Yes. Number 3, this is yes or no question. Yes, they are going to count the otters. So we start the question by yes, verb to be. This is are. Are they going to count the otters? Yes, they are going to count the otters. Also here we have yes or no question in number 4. Yes, it's going to be very hard work. So we start, yes, excellent, by using is. Is it going to be very hard to work or work? Yes. Number 5, who? We're going to ask about person. Let's read the answer. Professor Ball will lead the team. Yes, the answer is Professor Paul because the question starts by how, who. Who? Yes, who will lead the team? Professor Ball. The last question that we will make, when? Yes, to ask about time. The answer is I'll finish my project by the end of the next week. This is the answer. The question is, yes, when will you finish your project? We changed the pronoun you and your, my and I. Yes. Now question number 4. Write short answers. Like number 1. Is he going to leave? Yes, he is. Okay, number 2. Are they going to drive? No. Yes, they aren't. Number 3. Will the ice melt? No. The ice, it, yes, bravo, it won't. Number 4. Are you going to swim? Yes. You? Yes, I am. Number 5. Is it going to snow? No, it isn't. Number 6. Will the birds survive? Birds is plural. Yes. No, they won't. Yes. Number 7. Will they see otter? Yes. Excellent. They will. And the last one, are you going to leave? No, not. Now we are going to move to another topic in this video. This is present continuous. Do you remember present continuous? Yes, this is المضارع المستمر. We've talked about present continuous before. We talked about the first use of present continuous, and this is excellent. Something is happening now, or an action that is happening now. حدث بيحدث الآن. Now we are going to talk about another use of a present continuous, and this is what? For future. We can use present continuous for future. How? If we want to talk about the result of plans or arrangement in the present. مخططات أو ترتيبات in the present. Okay? Let's do some exercises and examples about present continuous to recognize the use of it. So, present continuous have two uses. The first one, something or an action is happening at the exact moment of speech, as we learned before. مثل ما تعلمنا من قبل إنه ال present continuous something is happening at بلحظة الكلام. Like what? Look at this example. Jim is watching television at the moment, and we said that at the moment is, yes, indicates the present continuous, indicates that this action is happening now. So Jim is singular, we use is, then verb ing. This is the form of a present continuous. And the new use of a present continuous that you will know is an action that describes an event planned in the future. حدث مخطط إله إنه يحدث بالمستقبل. Look at this example. I'm taking my French class on Tuesday. هذا الإشي ما عم بيحدث هلأ. هذا الإشي رح يحدث in the future. So on Tuesday indicates the future tense. And this sentence is in present continuous. Look at, yes, the form of present continuous. I with am, then plus verb with ing. I'm taking my French class on Tuesday. So yeah, miss, we have two uses of a present continuous. The first one we learned before, أخذناه من قبل, and this is the new use of present continuous in the future. So we talked about three tenses of the future: will, going to, and the present tense, continuous tense. Before talking about the form or making a quick revision of the forms of present continuous, look at these expressions. Time expressions that indicates the future tense in present continuous: tonight, tomorrow, next week, next month, next Tuesday, or on Friday, and so on. These are the keywords of present continuous for future. And the forms, as we know: subject with am, is, are with verb ing. This is with the positive form. He is playing, they are playing, I am playing. But in a negative form, how can we negate the sentence in the present continuous? Excellent. We add not with verbs to be. He isn't playing, or they aren't playing, or I am not playing. Okay, and any questions or interrogative, we have to start with verbs to be, am, is, are, subject, then verb ing, or if we want to use WH word, we add them, yes, excellent, before the verbs to be. Is he playing, or are they playing? Okay, look at this question. Write the function of these sentences. What do you mean about the function? Yes, this is the use of present continuous. Look at these two sentences. She is writing the story now and they are having pizza for dinner tonight. She's writing the story now. Look at the keyword. Where is the keyword here? Yes, excellent. This is now. Now indicates that this action is happening now. Bravo. لكن what about sentence number 2? They are having pizza for dinner tonight. Is it something that is happening now? No. هذا الإشي لسه مخطط له يحدث at night. So tonight indicates the future plans. Excellent. So here we have to recognize present continuous in these two uses. Okay, my students, we'll stop here. We are going to answer the questions in your student's book and workbook in the next class, so please be ready.